Hello and welcome to Trinity High School. This is the 2021-22 school year. Whether you are a student that is new to Trinity High School or a returning student, we are so glad that you are here at Trinity High School and a member of Bulldog Nation this year. The purpose of our meeting today is just to share some information with you about our school year and hopefully give you a smoother start as we get off to the beginning of our year. We're going to begin by sharing some faces around campus that you may want to know.
This is Dr. Toth. He is our principal. He is primarily responsible for working with 12th grade students. There is his email address if you ever need to contact him.
All right, this is Miss Burkhart. She is one of our assistant principals. She is responsible for grades 9 through 11, letters A through K.
And this is Mr. Rogers. So he is responsible for grades 9 through 11, the latter part of the alphabet, L through Z. Now with that being said, parents, students, if you have a preference in terms of working with one or the other of us, asking questions, that type of thing, you're more than welcome to see any of the three of us. But in terms of the way that we split up part of our workload of student discipline, that type of thing, that's the way that we do that.
Miss Christine Groves is our instructional, she's our lead teacher for the school. We are so lucky to have her.
Miss Lena Sheets. She is one of our school counselors, and Miss Sheets is responsible for students letters A through K.
Jonathan Lanier is our other school counselor, and just as Ms. Burkhart and Mr. Rogers, their alphabet was split up, same way with our school counselors, Mr. Lanier, is responsible for the latter part of the alphabet.
Mr. Andy Hines is our career development coordinator, and he does just that. He helps students get into careers where they might enjoy later on.
Miss Trimshire. She is our student advocate, and pretty much students, if you are having any issues with attendance or if you need any type of assistance, she will be in touch with you, and she is a good contact for you if you need any help in accessing Trinity High School and its curriculum.
Our school resource officer at Trinity High School is Officer Shane James. He's a deputy with the Randolph County Sheriff's Department. We've included his information there in case parents, students, you ever need to get a hold of him. He's a very outgoing guy, and he is more than interested in building a relationship with you.
Miss Tina Willard is our front desk receptionist, so if you call the school, that's probably who you're going to speak with.
Miss Tammy Swain is our treasurer. Anything dealing with money and parking passes and things such as that, Miss Swain would be the person that you would get in touch with in the front office.
Paige Krotz is our professional administrative office assistant in the student services side of things. So students, if you were absent the day before, or you're checking in or checking out, then you would go through Ms. Krotz.
Miss Jamie Davis is our data manager. She also keeps up with student attendance, so if you ever have any questions concerning your school records, please contact her.
Miss Jessica Stevens is our school social worker. If you need any help that would involve a social worker, she is the one to contact.
Let's begin going into some other things now that we've met a few of the key people on campus. Parents and students, we highly encourage communication at Trinity High School. We have a Trinity High School app that is available through Apple and also an Android version. So please download that app. There's a great deal of information on there to help you stay connected to Trinity High School, Also, we have a very strong social media presence through Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We also push out some information to you through Peachjar. Also, parents and students, pretty much anything that you're looking for in terms of information can be found on our Trinity High School webpage. Ms. Davis is a tremendous webmaster, and she keeps everything current up to the day on our Trinity High School webpage. So if you're looking for an answer, announcements, events, anything, look there first, and you're probably going to find the answer.
Our student handbook and the Randolph County School System handbook can be accessed through our student website. Here is kind of where you would go to find that. It is under the Students tab, and then you go down to Student Handbooks, and you can access those at any time you need to.
As far as attendance goes, attendance is taken separately for each class. Also, for each class, you may be denied credit if you miss more than 5 days. If you miss more than 5 days, you will be required to complete an attendance waiver. That attendance waiver will go to a committee, and they will make a decision on whether you will receive credit.
Students, when you are absent the day before, it's very important that you bring your excuse note back to Ms. Krotz. We mentioned her a few minutes ago. You're going to need to do that before the school day starts. If you go to class first, and then the bell rings at 8 o'clock, and then you ask the teacher if you can go to Ms. Krotz's office to take care of that excuse note, remember, we're supposed to already be in class by then. So please make sure that you take care of that excuse note before school. Also, please do bring in that note in a timely manner. We need that back within 2 days so that we can go ahead and take care of that. If you don't bring in that excuse note within 2 days, you do risk possibly that absence not being excused.
When you have to bring your notes, you can just bring them to this window. It is right beside the main entrance doors to the office, and Ms. Krotz will help you through that window so you don't actually have to come in the building.
As far as tardies go, tardies are when you are late to class. Over the course of a school day, you have usually about 5 chances to be tardy. Also, tardies are cumulative, meaning if you get a tardy in first period and a tardy in third, you now have 2. Students will have to report to Ms. Davis to get a tardy slip and then take that tardy slip to their teacher.
I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself there. So just sharing with you, as Mr. Rogers said, about bringing your tardy to Ms. Davis, and then she'll get you a tardy slip to go to class. This is where Ms. Davis's window is to get your tardy slip. It's around on the side of the building on the administrative or B building. Also, you can see here from this slide, there are consequences when you're tardy. It begins with warnings, but then after that, there are consequences just because we want to encourage our students to be in class on time so that you can get the most learning.
If you have to check out during the day, we ask that you bring a note to Ms. Krotz to that checkout window before school. Your note must be from a parent or guardian, and we do not accept phone calls or emails for checkout notes.
Student dress code. In general, for student dress code, we don't want anything that's going to be disruptive to the school day. We don't want anything that's provocative, revealing, or vulgar, and anything that endangers the health or safety of any students at Trinity High School.
This is an example from the Randolph County School System Handbook, the Parent-Student Handbook for 21-22 school year, of some of the examples of prohibited dress or appearance that we are not allowed to have during the school day. So please do, if you have questions, visit the Randolph County School System Handbook. We also have that posted on our Trinity High School webpage that you can access, as well as the school system's webpage.
One other thing that we have chosen to focus on at Trinity High School is we would not like for you to wear hats in our building. Here are the consequences laid out for you. You can also find those in our handbooks as well. So your first offense is a warning, and then you can go through the consequence list to see what would happen after that. So please do not wear a hat.
I'll just mention, as we're talking about hats, students, we do ask that you, as Ms. Burkhart mentioned, that we don't have hats in the building. Between classes, before and after school, if you're somebody that is used to wearing a hat, that's perfectly fine. We're just trying to, at Trinity High School, keep a professional atmosphere among our students and staff while we're in classes, and that is Randolph County School System policy.
As far as doors go, you will notice that we have a door system which keeps our doors locked during the school day.
Here's an example, students. If you have been at Trinity High School in the past, you're aware of this door system. Students, our doors will be unlocked during class changes, but during class times, our campus, because we are such a large campus, all of the doors are locked. And students, if you do need to leave your classroom during class time, and of course the doors will be locked, your teacher will give you a pass. that will get you into the doors around campus if you need to use the restroom or come to the office.
And this is one of those passes that you'll get. It's our standard school-wide hall pass. So when you leave your classroom, we expect you to have one of these so we can track where you're going and where you should end up.
As far as electronic devices, we all know that there will be many cell phones around campus. Our request for you is to only use those cell phones when you are allowed to. We do allow you to use them in between classes at lunch. Some teachers may allow you to use them in their classroom when you're doing school work. However, if a teacher has told you to have your phone put up, please do so. If it's not put up, we will handle it as insubordination.
All right, we know that vaping and e-cigarettes have become all the rage this day and age. Wanted to share with you that if you are somebody that does participate in this behavior, at Trinity High School we do have a zero tolerance policy with vaping and e-cigarettes. On the very first offense, the consequence will be 5 days of ISS, simply because we do have a zero tolerance policy. The consequences will increase from there. That is the first offense. Just to let you know, students, that if your vape is taken from you, it will be returned to a parent, and the parent and I will need to have a conversation about getting that vape back.
There are several vending machines around campus. If you choose to use those, please just make a note that they will not be turned on until the final lunch has ended.
Seniors, you have several privileges, and we give senior privileges because as a senior, you've put in 3 years here and you've earned the right to have certain privileges that other folks do not have.
One of those privileges is a parking lot specifically for seniors and only for seniors. That is the parking lot closest to the school, which is our track lot. So seniors, you'll be getting a special parking hanger, the one on the left, that designates you from sophomores and juniors.
Seniors, you will also get to leave for lunch 3 minutes earlier than everyone else.
We have many clubs at Trinity High School. This is a list that shows you all those clubs that we currently have that are active. If you need to get involved, if you want to get involved in any clubs, you can talk to us, your teachers, or anyone else on campus to just give you the person who's a good contact for that club.
We'd love for you to get involved, whether it's athletics, the cultural arts, clubs, any other organization on campus. We really want you to be an active part of Trinity High School. In terms of just sharing some other information with you, in closing, please keep in mind, students, that we are not allowed to leave the cafeteria during lunch. Our lunch times are 25 minutes long. We ask our students to stay in the cafeteria. Also, at Trinity High School, we don't accept fast food deliveries. There's a few reasons for that, but we ask you to save your fast food deliveries for other times, other than school. Students, please don't go to the gym during class, unless, of course, you have gym class. But students, because we do have classes going on in there, we're asking you to stay in your classroom. The Media Center opens at 7:45 every morning. You're welcome to go in there if you need something printed, or you'd like to speak with Ms. Davis and maybe perhaps get some assistance with researching something, getting on the computer and working on something. Please do keep in mind that the Media Center opens at 7:45. Other than that, our other buildings don't open until 7:55. You'll have a bell sending you to class at that time. The reason for that is because so many of our staff are on duty in the mornings around campus. So we want to make sure that when our students arrive, that they're supervised at all times from the beginning of the day all the way through the end of the day.
In general, if you have questions, you can speak to any of us and any other school personnel. We want to assist you and we want your year to be a great one. Please make sure that if there's anything that you need assistance with, get in touch with one of us.
We hope that you have a great school year this year at Trinity High School 2021-22. Trinity Strong.